The start line here at Beacon Hill, you can see we're set up here. This is for the Bat Challenge in 2025 in May. Beautiful sunshine. And this is where we set up. So we're just down from the car park, just at the end of the lap that is over there. And this is how we greet our runners. So this is currently set up as the registration rather than as the checkpoint, but we'll turn it around into a checkpoint soon. And this is Beacon Hill Country Park. As you come around from the start, you actually go around the car park that you can see there. So you can see you come immediately onto some not rough terrain but off-road. It's perfectly dry now in May with some nice dry weather, but the beauty of this course, every lap you go past the car park. So if you park your car perfectly, just like this one has on the corner here, then you're able to get to your stuff if you want to leave extra stuff in the back of your car without adding on really any distance whatsoever. You come around the car park and then you get away from, well, you get away from the car park section. This is also, it's a little bit odd, this course, in that this is also where the toilets are, sorry, but not where the HQ is. So I'll spin round. The course goes down there, but the toilets are actually down here. So it's a little bit of it's a tiny detour off the route, but the toilet block is just there. So it's barely any detour at all, 50 meters, but it's not at the HQ. It's pretty much the only site, I think, where that is the case. Most of the time, the toilets are open at the top car park as well, but these are obviously the ones that are closest to the start, finish of the course and the main car park. I've just started the uphill, and you probably can't even really see that it's much of a hill on the video, mainly because videos never really show hills particularly well. It always looks a lot shallower than it really is in reality, but it is a hill. If you've come in from the lakes, fine, it's not much of a hill, but for us mere mortals from the flatlands, it is quite a rise. And so this course effectively is a mile of uphill, about half a mile at the bottom, at the top, sort of going across, and then a mile of downhill. In just a big rectangle. It's a bit more complicated than that, but it's effectively what it is. So you can already hear that I'm getting a bit out of breath walking and talking at the same time. That probably more to do with my fitness levels than anything else. But this is definitely a hill. So those of you that are absolute demons might charge up this hill for 6 hours. Very, very few of you will do though, and most won't even run up it the first time. It's not a problem, obviously. It's just something to bear in mind. You do get little breaks, so there's a little bit of a flat here, so it's not as though it's one continual uphill, but it definitely feels like it if you're sort of going for it. But as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. I seem to have just started recording when this had the most cars go past ever, but normally here, very peaceful, very quiet. Normally just a handful of people here, the odd horse. Is quite popular with horses, but really big open trails, so plenty of room for everyone to share. Beginning to reach the top of the hill now. Beautiful woodland, as you can see all around me. Some detritus on the floor, but nothing too much. Fundamentally, it's still stone underneath, so it's always going to be good for running, decent for grip. It's never going to be a big mud bath, maybe a bit sticky depending on what time of year the event is. It's beautiful here, absolutely stunning. Look at those bluebells out there. Obviously it's bluebell season, but still beautiful. You get to very close to the top of the climbing, come out of the woods over there, just sort of skirt around the edge of the upper car park, and then you're into another beautiful little wooded area. I'll walk backwards. Beautiful little wooded area that then takes you out on the way to the actual beacon. We don't quite reach the beacon, you'll see that in a second, but you do get very close to it. We don't go right up to it because it doesn't really fit to a simple out and back, or a simple route I should say. Depending on what time of year it is, the field just in front of me will have lots of very long-horned cows. I think that's the correct term. They've got big horns, they look pretty cool, but it just depends what time of year it is and where they are in their quite big field, I guess. This is a little bit downhill, but don't get too excited. We've still got a tiny bit more uphill to do yet. This is the last little climb on the main way up, and then it opens up onto the beautiful, beautiful views towards the top. So we're going to go down that section there, but these are the amazing views that you get from up here. The actual beacon is just behind my head over there, so if you want to go and give it a little tap just so you can bag a beacon, then you can do that, go and tap to trig point. But the course is going to go just around the edge of this car park again, and then around there, back down to the bottom. We've just come past the upper car park. This is the section I alluded to earlier where effectively you're going across the top of the rectangle. It's very nice open grassland over there, a little bit of shrubbery and whatnot there. It's stonier on the floor here, or on the ground here, sorry, than most of the rest of the course. So you wouldn't want to have ultra thin shoes or no shoes, because it would probably hurt quite a bit because they're quite sharp stones. But this section up here has been heavily managed recently in the last few years, doing lots of work all the time. They do look after it up here. And this is another bit that's really nice and flat and runnable. And this is leading to the nice long mile downhill section. After you've squirreled round for about half a mile at the top, you then begin the beautiful downhill. The downhill section here is just absolutely perfect. It's just the right gradient that you can run it without absolutely battering your quads, at least not for the start anyway, and you can just keep on going. Absolutely beautiful, wonderful running. You can see behind me as well all these sort of I'm going to say wooden, I was going to say wicker, but that's probably not right, wooden sculptures. They do really like to look after the forest here, after the park, and it's just very, very well maintained. Again, on the ground, sort of this sort of sharp, sandy, sharp stone type stuff. Lovely to run on, good all year round. Even in the winter, gets a bit grubby, but never deep mud. This is the beautiful downhill running section. Absolutely glorious, always under cover. This is in May, so the leaves are out, so it's just even more glorious. Beautiful underfoot. If anything, it's quite cushioned because of all the little pine needles that are down as well, just making it absolutely wonderful. In my opinion, the most beautiful section is left into just getting towards the bottom, where you're just going to do a quick little left then right and get you back to your start. This section is glorious. As I've said lots of times already, soft underfoot because of all the pine needles, always under cover, especially once the leaves have come out. Absolutely beautiful area woodland, and normally be running beautifully downhill. I'm a little out of breath, mainly because I was enjoying the running myself.